Every actor.
What's up? Welcome back to another video. Have you ever noticed that when it comes to like Hollywood, it seems like they haven't came up with good movies at the rate that they used to. I mean, I remember back when it seemed like there was always a movie to see in the theater. Like the summer was just loaded with like movie after movie after movie. Then like during winter, the holiday season, they seem to always have movies out. And now it seems like the stuff that comes out is just not that good. And it also seems that most of the stuff that comes out are just remake of old movies. But here's another wrinkle to check out is the effect that AI is having in the movie industry. So let's check out this video and let's talk about it.
An actress in Hollywood is about to be pissed off. The very first AI actress, Tilly Norwood, is about to do damage in Hollywood. Now think about it. She's an AI actress. They don't have to pay this AI actress the money that they have to pay these big name actresses. That's number one. Number two, they can make her act and react any way they want to. So if your favorite actress can't scream high enough, Tilly Norwood could. If your favorite actress can't cry on cue, Tilly Norwood.
So the one thing that we're looking at is when it comes to AI, it seems like nobody's spared. I mean, I've seen videos where AI is going to replace, waiters and waitresses in restaurants, the clerks in stores. I've even seen office workers being replaced by AI. Why should the movies be spared? Why should the movies be spared? I mean, that's something to keep in mind. And there's pros and cons to that, and we're going to get into that in a second. I'm curious what you think about it.
Norwood could. If your favorite actress doesn't want to play a role because she's not comfortable with it, guess what? Tilly Norwood will play that role. They will have all rights to her. They will have all rights to doing anything that they want to do with her. Things that actors and actresses won't do, she has to do. Now think about this. Hollywood 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now. You have actors and actresses that don't age. Nobody thought about that, right?
Okay, so think about this. This is almost like a cartoon. Okay, the one thing that I think when we looked at movies, one successful line of movies that it seemed like everybody wanted to put their money in, it was cartoons. Because cartoons have a wide audience. Of course, cartoons had the kids market, but cartoons never aged. You could always come out with a new cartoon. So that's one reason why industries loved it. So now, looking at AI, this is almost like having cartoons, right? Because you have this character that you can make a movie with, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. You can have different movies being done simultaneously. So maybe Hollywood, instead of coming out with a movie like a big blockbuster movie once a year, maybe this would be a big blockbuster movie every month. So there's a lot of different dynamics that are at play with this. But yeah, he has a point where now you have a character that will not age.
Human beings, we age. People love these actors and actresses, but they age. Tilly Norwood and the rest of the AI actors and actresses will never age. They will stay the same way, unless digitally they want to make them look a certain way. They want to make them sound a certain way. They want to make them speak a certain language. They can do every single thing that I just said. Hollywood is in trouble. Hollywood is in trouble. I'm out. Every act.
Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a little bit different. So what I think about this is I look at it almost like the music industry. Now you see how you have music industries where you have artists that are selling their catalogs. Okay, let's see if you could follow where I'm going with this. So let's say you're an actor. Let's look at an older actor like Morgan Freeman, even like Denzel Washington. He's getting up there in age. So now, if you basically can take Denzel, take his movements, take his look, his voice, everything, right? And now you can digitally recreate him in a movie, and you can make him any age. So now you can see a Denzel movie, a new one coming out, and he's whatever, he's in his 30s or 40s, right? And he's playing whatever. It could be a cop movie, it could be a action movie, a thriller, something like that. So now these actresses, and really, if you think about it, it's becoming less and less of them anyways. So now they could sign a big deal with a company, and basically it's almost like them being in a cartoon. So you see how like Chris Rock, those, they're in these different, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, they're in these different cartoons like Madagascar, stuff like that, where they're doing the voiceover. It's kind of the same thing where they have their image. So now they're able to be in these movies, and it's kind of a representation of them. So they're basically can still get paid whatever the deal is going to be, and it can allow, they won't even have to be there, and they could kind of star in a movie. All of them, Will Smith, all these guys. And I feel like let's say if they sign with a particular company and it was a lifetime deal. Let's say they had a lifetime deal of whatever, $500 million. Okay. Let's say you gave $500 million to Will Smith, and you says, now we own the rights to your character. So we can make any Will Smith movie, any Will Smith TV show, forever. Maybe not a name as big as Will Smith, but there's a lot of actors and actresses that would take a deal like that. So now you can have these characters have their movies, and it just continues on. Now, this is a reality. This can be the future of movies and TV. And to me, the the one thing that I also think the future of TV could be where you ever had those choose your own adventure books when you were a kid, where it's like, okay, you get to either go to, let's say you're reading a book, you get to page 5, and it says, okay, you can either go to page 10 or you can go to page 15, and that would be like two different paths of the show. So you never know. TVs and movies could change to a point to where everyone's not seeing the same ending. It could be like the ending is based on what you choose to be. It's a lot of stuff that can happen that can make movies and TV exciting. And then you never know, if these movie actors really love to act and stuff like that, they can still do plays. You never know. Plays might turn into like that authentic craft of acting, where people want to see live and things like that. It could turn back into plays. But that's what I think is going to happen. The future of movies, I think basically movie companies are going to get the rights to certain characters. And then you know what? If they can't, they could just create a character. Just create somebody that looks similar. You know what I mean? You can get somebody that looks just like Will Smith, or somebody that looks just like Denzel Washington, just very similar, and you don't have to pay anything. So these are different dynamics that could be in play when it comes to the movies. Let's see. I'm curious what people are saying in the comment section. They're saying, how about making AI child actors so real children can no longer be abused and exploited with? That's a point right there. I mean, that could solve that solution, because oftentimes you have, 20-something-year-olds playing children actors and stuff like that. And someone else said, who cares about Hollywood anymore? I mean, there's a point to that. I think we see now with social media that we're just as entertaining, as you see on the big screen. You don't have, there's so many people that content creators and stuff like that I enjoy watching. And I'm like, man, I'm glad that I was able to discover them. And through like the traditional Hollywood frame, I would have never seen these people. Never. Someone says, I don't care if millionaire actors lose their job. Yeah, I really see that society is starting to change in terms of how we feel about actors and actresses, or like basically celebrities. Like the whole celebrity thing is society starting to kind of change with this obsession of Hollywood. It said here, actors get paid too much anyway. Hey, I'm not seeing a lot of positive. I think I might be saying the most positive things so far when it comes to actors. It said Hollyweird, not Hollywood, Hollyweird is over. All these actors sold their souls just for AI to take their jobs. Yeah, maybe. You never know. If they sign deals like that, you'll still see your favorite celebrities. Someone else said, the end of Hollywood, good. They get paid too much. Do it for sports too. I don't know about that. But imagine that. That's a heck of an idea. So what if, you know how people always debate? People always debate in sports about, let's say, basketball. Like, who would win, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Or who would win, Will Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal? What if you can AI this thing to where you have like these super stacked teams and you kind of run these simulations? I wonder how that would catch on, because if you really think about it, if you're not physically at the game, and me personally, I like watching sports on the television anyway, because I get to hear the commentators, I get to hear the crowd. There's certain things that like you don't catch when you're in person in a game. But I know, not to go on a tangent about sports, but yeah, a lot of stuff, AI could really change the way we consume information. Someone say, I'm not watching no AI movie, sorry. That's what they think. That's what they think until there's a movie that comes out and they don't realize it was all AI. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a movie and nobody's going to tell them it's AI, and the actor's going to go around and it really wasn't them. Someone says here, I think by the time we hear about anything, it's already underway. Yeah. I mean, you saw with, I think it was Tyler Perry. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. I think Tyler Perry he was going to build like a big studio and he stopped because I think he knew something about AI that was coming. Someone here says, nobody even watches movie or TV anymore. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reels. I'll be honest with you. That's where I get my information now too. I mean, TV is starting to seem like old people way of doing things. I mean, that mostly my content now that I watch, now basketball season is about to hit, so I'll be watching NBA. But besides that, I think besides sports, everything I've been watching has been social media. Yes, I think someone here is agreeing with me. They said they will take AI and bring back Joan Crawford, Frank Sinatra, Cary Grant, and many others. Yeah, I think someone was kind of agreeing what I was saying there. Someone else said, that's fine. They pay celebrities too much money. They need to pay teachers and first responders that pay. Excess money made from movies should go back to fund to make more movies that the public votes on. I mean, that's one thing that I think people often leave out with how much money something generates. Just like when they say they pay athletes too much. I mean, they're not paying anything that's not, they're not paying money that's not generated. You know, they just don't talk about how much movies generate in money or how much sports teams generate and how much owners get paid. That gets silent while we just know how much the athletes make. So that's just a little trick that society played on us. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section, would you watch an AI generated movie? Number one. Would you like to see some of your favorite actors or actresses basically on the movie now? Like, would you like to see a younger Denzel? Would you like to see a younger Morgan Freeman? Younger Leonardo DiCaprio? Would you like to see these type of movies now? Would you go see them? Would you like to see sequels to movies that they never? For example, would you see a sequel to Back to the Future? That's one of my favorite movies of all time. They said they'll never make a remake, but what if you could do it with AI? Would you do that? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Would you be for that? Anyway, I'm Expat Dean. That's end of the video today. Hey, let's like, share, subscribe. You know, let's get the channel to grow. We've reached 2,000 subscribers. That's huge. For me, that's huge. And we're only gonna grow. Anyway, that's all the time I have here. Thanks a lot for spending time with me. Peace, and I'm out.